Hello, my name is Jasmine Uzzle. I am currently a nurse in the cardiovascular unit at Avant Health, which is one of the top hospitals in Orlando. They are nationally ranked number one in pediatric specialties and rated high performing in 7 adult specialties. This is Brad, a new coworker here at the hospital. We were sitting together in the break room for lunch and he asked me about how I ended up working at Avant Health. So I wondered, what led me to where I am right now? So I started thinking, I had been at this hospital for going on 10 years, but there was a lot to accomplish before I got to this point in my life. I had to go back and think that ever since I was little, I always knew I love being a problem solver. I love helping people and caring for them. It always gave me joy. So, in my free time, I love watching medical shows like Scrubs, Grey's Anatomy, and House. Although most of these shows were fictional, I understood the concept and I was always interested. That's when I knew doing something in the medical field was my passion. I just had to find a way to bring my passion of helping people and caring for them into a dream job. All throughout school, up until high school, I always did well with my grades, and I was always excited for all my science classes. Once I graduated high school, I decided to enroll into Valencia College for my Associate of Science degree in nursing. And then, once that was finished, I would continue to get my Bachelor's of Science in Nursing at the University of Central Florida. During my second semester at Valencia, I was informed that a class called the New Student Experience was mandatory to take. In this class, we learned about finances, strengths, success, skills, and our overall purpose in life. So one day in class, we had to write down our purpose statement. My purpose as a student is to one day graduate and be in the nursing field and hope to specialize in a specific field that is in popular demand. I am here to accomplish my goals because I need to achieve what I always believed in my heart that I can do. I will not let any minor or major obstacles stop me from my purpose. My purpose is related to my goals because it tells how I want to go into nursing and specialize in the cardiac field. My values would be to always do my best in life all the time. My strength is consistency and how I can do all my tasks the same way every time. My top 5 strengths were consistency, deliberative, input, responsibility, and significance. My favorite strength was consistency. Consistency is the key to success. It means to fully dedicate yourself completely to a task, activity, or goal. So I knew I wanted to get my Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. So I decided out of many options, the Valencia UCF concurrent track was best for me. Through this program, you will take ASN level courses at Valencia College while also taking BSN courses taught by UCF faculty. I had the option of going to the West or Osceola campus. I had to keep an overall GPA of 3.0 and I had to get a minimum of 78% on the TEAS test. I went to UCF student orientation, then I was required to complete the nursing program requirements. I spent 2 years in the nursing program, took the NCLEX, and got my license to practice as an entry-level nurse. The cost of my degree was split up into 2 parts. The first was Valencia for my ASN, and the second was the University of Central Florida for my BSN. Not only did I have to pay tuition costs, I also had to pay additional costs that included tests after graduation, certifications, and after graduating costs. Luckily, at the time, I was able to pay for my degree through my job at the time with the program called Disney Aspire, which paid for tuition for employees that work there full-time and part-time. So after graduating school, I was on to the next chapter in my life. So after graduating with my bachelor's of nursing and being involved with lots of classroom experience and supervised clinical experience, I was able to start working in a hospital. After coming out of nursing school, I was hired at my dream hospital at Avant Health in Orlando, Florida. So even though this was my first job in a hospital, I knew since day one I wanted to specialize in the field of cardiology, but I knew there would be certain steps that I had to do to get there. There were steps I had to take to get into this field, including applying for a voluntary certification. There was also mandatory requirements that were included, such as 2,000 hours of clinical cardiac nursing experience that I had to do. After completing all my requirements, I finally was able to be a cardiology nurse. I have been a nurse for going on 5 years. Every day there is a different scenario. You never know what's next. On a daily basis, each day, I do some of the following. Prescribe heart medication, suggest diet and wellness changes to patients, and also diagnose and treat conditions. Even though every day is hectic, I remember advice I learned from my career interview in college. Crystal, who was an RN for 9 years, told me to always have great communication skills in the workplace. So there you go. That was my journey into the hospital.